Good morning. I'm up or down near Phillip Island in Victoria. I'm walking the George Bass coastal track today. To make it into a loop, it's a one-way track, so to make it into a loop I'm kind of incorporating some shared paths and rail trails. So I'm parked up near Bass, or at Bass. For people that know, there at the roundabout where the V-line bus goes from. I'm walking a shared path down towards kind of Phillip Island at the moment, and then I'll swing down Punchbowl Road. So promises to be a fairly long day. It's about 18 k's this loop. I've done it before, and it's going to be 30 degrees today. So I'm thinking I'll stop at Kilcunda for lunch before I climb the hill back up to the ute this afternoon. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. This shared path isn't bad, isn't great. It is what it is. It's nice to stretch the legs though. I'll spin the camera out and show you what I'm looking at. So that's Western Port Bay down there. Melbourne's more quieter bay. I'm walking above the road, as you can see here. It's not super inspiring, but it's not the worst. I've got some good views of Western Port. So I'm about to reach Punchbowl Road, which will get me away from this main Phillip Island road. And instead of having views of Western Port Bay, I'll start to get some views of Bass Strait. So that's Bass Strait, that's Cape Woolamai out there in the distance. I'm just still walking down Punchbowl Road. That's the end of the road down there. Punchbowl. And this is where I swing onto the George Bass coastal part of the walk. Okay, this is the start of the George Bass coastal walk. Scenery definitely improves from here on. We'll check out Punchbowl first. It's just down here to the right. And then we'll start walking down the coast. So this is Punchbowl. It's a fairly famous rock fishing place. There's been a lot of drownings there. That's the direction I'm heading for the next few hours. So it's about 9:30 in the morning. I'm walking pretty much due east into the sun, so it's a bit tricky to get photos this morning. The player comfort level today is it's meant to be in the low 30s, and there's no wind, which is good, I suppose, although a bit of wind would keep the marsh flies away a bit. Low tide is about lunchtime, so I'm going to be hitting the beach. There's a couple of beaches on this walk. I'm going to hit them probably a couple of hours before low tide, but they should be fine. I think there's one rocky headland that I go around the bottom. There is an option to go over the top if I want to, though. So yeah, it's all looking good. I'm thinking I'll definitely have a swim at one of the beaches before I get to Kilcunda. It's a slow walk because it's beautiful. There's just so much to look at on this little George Bass section. So the George Bass Coastal Walk follows a fairly thin slither of land along the cliff tops between the farmland and Bass Strait. So it's not your normal kind of wilderness type feel. The hills are looking very brown and barren at the moment. Half of Victoria's on fire at the moment, being kind of late summer. Over winter they'll green up a little bit. So this is Half Moon Bay. I probably won't drop into this one. So I'm about just under 8 k's into the walk. Must be time for breakfast, I think. I'll just get to somewhere in the shade and then I'll stop. I think that beach down there will do for breakfast. Okay, about to hit my first beach. Looks like there's some walkers down here. Big group. So it's time for a swim, I think. I'll just go around to the next beach. This one will do me somewhere. Well, that little swim was nice, but expect to get pummeled there, and there's no lifesavers there, so just if you swim on this walk, just be very careful, because yeah, it's a bit rippy and very rough. Certainly a beautiful bit of coastline. Okay, on my way again after my breakfast and swim. Heading to Kilcunda now. I'm probably, I guess I'm halfway along the George Bass coastal bit of the walk. The day's warming up nicely. I'm glad to be in the shade. So I don't know if you noticed, the cliffs have got a dark grey look about them. This is one of the first coal mining areas in Victoria back in the day. So there's a lot of coal around. So this is a little spot called the Arch. So this old steam-driven winch dates back to the 1920s. It was used to haul coal up from the mines at the. I think the mines are in the bottom of the cliffs, or on these cliffs. Pretty sure you get a bit of a look at some of them from somewhere along here. So this could be a feral fact, but I think those caverns in the cliffs are the old coal mines from the 1800s. So there's some more of those old mines down there. Well, that's Kilcunda coming up. That's Wonthaggi down there. Geez, these bits of shade are welcome. Alright, I'm up in Kilcunda now, pretty much. Let's go to, that's the caravan park there. Might go down to the bridge, get a photo of the trestle bridge, and I'm going to grab something to drink. Alright, got to the old trestle bridge at Kilcunda. So this is the old railway line that used to run down to Wonthaggi, I think. So I'm going back up into town now. This is my turnaround point. I'm going to walk back up this rail trail. The old railway line's now a rail trail. I'm going to walk back up that to Bass, where the car is on top of the hill up there. But first, I'm going to have something to drink in town. Okay, so I'm just leaving Kilcunda now, picking up the old railway line. There it is up there. and heading up to Anderson. I think I mentioned it, I think I said at the start I left from Bass. I think it's actually called Anderson. It's just a locality, there's nothing really there. But anyway, so I think I'm heading up to Anderson now on top of the hill and just following this railway line the whole way up. So I'm climbing up past the old mullock from the old coal mine, or one of the old coal mines there. Gee, it's warm. There's no shade on this old railway line. So I'm pretty well back up at Anderson. That's the last look at Cape Woolamai for the trip. I think it's about time to spin the camera around and sign off actually. Okay, that's pretty much the end of this walk. Came out at 19.3 and about 350 metres climbing. Check the slide at the end. It's an option, this one, if you haven't got two cars and you don't want to do an out and back along the George Bass. So the rail trail that I'm walking now is not bad. And the shared path I walked in the morning beside the Phillip Island Road wasn't too bad. Oh, it's a bit noisy, but you do get some nice views over Western Port Bay that you don't normally see. So yeah, all in all, good walk. You can have a feed in Kilcunda. There's a pub and a couple of cafes, so that's always a good thing. There's a couple of water fountains in Kilcunda as well if you need to fill your water bottle up. Alright, I'm back at Anderson at the car park here behind me. So yeah, I think this is actually Anderson and not Bass. It's just a locality though. Alright, I'm going home for a cold drink and a cold shower. I will catch you on the next one.